Circulated 10 to 12 times, they would have like $300 billion to run that city. But all of them go right across 8 Mile Road and drop their money. And they produce no income, and no jobs, no services, no goods, no tax base for their own people. They provide it for the suburbs. The suburbs love that. So now Detroit is poor and impoverished because his money went outside the community. And if you want to be able to save this city and help this city at the same time, learn how to buy from your own people. And mere fact, I gotta tell you, to buy black means there's a problem. Everybody else knows that. Go right now, I bet you, not on this town, I can go right now and find a Hispanic community. I can find an Arab community. They will buy from their own people. But our people don't have trust. They don't have trust. They don't trust each other. You can't trust each other if you don't have a community. A community comes first. Once you get a community, you get to know people, then you move up to the next level, you trust them. Once you learn how to trust people, then you move up to the 3rd level, you begin to cooperate with them. And once you learn how to cooperate with them, then you get to the 4th level, you start holding them accountable for what they're doing wrong. The same thing in business. In business, you're building a business operation, and competitiveness and powernomics is a 5-story building. The first thing you all should be doing, as I said, get you some institutions like the Chamber and started teaching, acquiring wealth and power through operating businesses. If you build an economy, that's a 5-story building. The first floor must always be economics. Always build an economy before you do everything else. The first floor is the economy. The second floor is politics. The third floor is the court and police departments, the enforcement system. The 4th floor is the media. The 5th floor is schools. Now again, you've been bamboozled on that, because they keep telling you that if you go to send black folks to school, go jump to the 5th floor and try to come back down. Education can't do nothing. Education is just a tool. You start with your economy. Once you build an economy, a viable, competitive economy, by making your money circulate 8 to 12 times, you take that money and you move to the 2nd floor. The 2nd floor is your politicians. Don't worry about vote. You don't have to vote. People that got money, whether it's organized crime or wealthy people, they don't have to vote. You take your money on the 1st floor, you buy every politician on the 2nd floor. If you can't buy them, you rent or lease them. And once you rent or lease those politicians or buy them on the 2nd floor, you hold them accountable to go to the 3rd floor. And you stop the police from shooting and killing black folk all the time. And come up with new codes of conduct. Then once you get to the 3rd floor and straight the police and court system straight, because you can now effectuate it, then you go to the 4th floor. The 4th floor means media. You cannot own television stations, radio stations, and daily newspapers if you don't have an economy. I hear black folk crying all the time. I have 2 radio stations. I used to have 4. You cannot have a media operation unless you have an economy. Who's going to buy your time, your ads? You got to have an economy to buy the time. And so you got it. Right now we have 12,000 radio stations in the United States. We got about 12,000 cable systems, 5,000 daily newspapers, 5,000 TV stations. Black folk own 35 thousandths of 1%. You can't even communicate. If you can't communicate, you can't organize. You can't get communication because you don't have an economy. And once you get enough money, you put your medium up at the 4th floor. Then lastly, you tell the 5th floor, which is a school system, say, here's what we want. We don't want any more black basketball players and football players. Every black right now, a successful black, has got some kind of an illicit relationship with a ball. He's either running with a tennis ball, basketball, golf ball, football, sitting on jokes, telling jokes, pretending he's having a ball. Just get away from that. And say, from now on, you try to raise kids that can produce something. The producers will be the people survive. Right now, black folk are 0 producers and 100% consumers. You're going to get totally wiped out in this country and wiped off the face of the earth under globalization if you don't learn how to produce. And once you start producing, do it vertically. You produce something at the bottom level, then you go up and have other blacks coming over you. If I'm producing fish, 1 million pounds of fish a year, I want blacks to come in at warehouse, wholesale, distributor, then retail. I want to see some black